Okay, in this second video tutorial I'm going to be going through how you can change the opt-in code on your opt-in designs. Specifically, I'm going to be going over Aweber and GetResponse, although it should work for any email marketing system as long as you follow the same principles that I'm following. Now, at the moment, all the opt-in boxes are set to an old GetResponse account that I used to have. I think it's the free trial and it's still active. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over that. I'm going to go into the untitled one code I have here, and I've just entered bog standard GetResponse marketing code. I got this GetResponse code off my GetResponse account ages ago, saved it, here it is. So what I'm going to do is bring the code down a bit so we can see it better. So let's just dissect what we have here. We're going to start from obviously the GetResponse subscription form start text, and we're going to be going all the way down to GetResponse submission form end. Right, so what we have here is the form action. That's telling the internet browser what the form does. So in this case, the form goes to GetResponse /CGI bin/add.cgi, and that's where you're going to be adding your. That's where you add your subscription. So the method is post, so it will post the data. The ID is GetResponse subscribe form, and it accepts UTF-8 characters. And then of course we have this text. Your name, which I highlight here, is just bog standard text, but it says here label for GR category 2. And then we have here the two input fields, input type here and input type here. And then the submit button is input type submit, value is get more info. And then we have our code here powered by GetResponse. And then we have a few more important bits here. The input type. So the input type, the three hidden input types, which are the name of the autoresponder. In this case, it was Recession Handbook, the reference, and the post data. And then we just have a few more elements here about the table and comment about GetResponse. We won't need them for our settings. So now I'm going to go into test, where I've already included this data. But I'm going to include it once again just to show you the process that I'll be going through. I'll reduce it to this sort of size, and I'll go down to here. All we need to use are this name, email, and submit form. So the first thing I'm going to do is go down to here. Now, Dreamweaver will be going a bit hectic at the moment because I've got Camtasia running as well, so it's all a bit of a mess. Right. Here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is show you that it says put your Aweber GetResponse opt-in code here. Form action GetResponse. Again, we can see that form action is the same as the form action here. So they're the one and the same. And then we have here label for GR category 2 your name. If we go into test, we'll see that here the first input type we have is name, ID is GR category 2, and the class is text input. This is this field. And then of course we have opt-in text name. So we have edited our text here. So this is our text. And at the moment it's set so I can edit it, so I can add whatever I want here. So I can add first name. Although the tables are set up in such a way that it can only hold so much data. So I'll go ahead and reduce the size of that. And then we have our second table row, and it says here this is only a spacer. That's just so the design looks better. And then if we go back into untitled 1, we'll see input type text name category 3, ID category GR category 3. I'll go back into my test and I'll click on this email. Whoops. Looks like I need to add that in again. There we go. Okay, let's go back to this. We have name, category 3, ID equals geo category 3, class equals text input. I've just copied and pasted that straight in because it's exactly the same. Because I've done these templates with GetResponse in mind. But in a minute I'm going to show you how you can edit them with Aweber. And then of course we come to the Get More Info Submit button. Now at the moment it's just an input value, so it's telling the form to submit, and it's saying the value of the button, or what it says on the button, is Get More Info. That's great, and we have we're going to take the bare bones of this. If we go into Test and we click on this Submit button, we'll see that the value still says Get More Info, but at the moment the value doesn't matter. The value can be anything, because what the input type is an image. It's still an input, but it's an image. And our source is images/but.jpg, comically named, I know, but button.jpg. And then we have our value Get More Info. So that is going to act as our submit button, and that is going to input the Get More Info value. And then of course we have our powered by GetResponse, and then we have our 3 input types that you can edit, and that's the end of the code. That's all you have to edit. When we go to Aweber, things become a little more complicated, and you might find that when you get good at it you can do it quickly in about 2 minutes, but I'm going to go through it a bit slower just to show you and coax you into how to doing it. So in this file is my simple Aweber code, which I've nabbed off a website and just edited a bit, tell anyone. And so I'll start from the very top. Now here we have at the very top our hidden input types. So whoever I've stolen this off, whichever website I clicked on a website, the first website I saw with an Aweber code, I just clicked view source, nab to the source. So I mean, when you're setting up your Aweber code, obviously you can get all these hidden types depending on what options you choose. But essentially what we want to do is copy all of this to the form code, hit Control or Command on a Mac, C. I'm going to go to my test, and then I'm going to go all the way up to the top of the form, so where it says Form Action. I'm going to take all of that, and I'm going to hit Control V or Command on a Mac V. So in the other one, in the GetResponse code, the form action was post. Here the form method is post. There's not much difference, but I'm really not going to go into that now. It's just a quick tutorial. So now that we have our hidden inputs here, what we need to do is delete our hidden inputs from the GetResponse code. So I'm just going to press backspace, we delete them. I'm also going to delete this powered by GetResponse email marketing software. And as you can see, the design has shown a gap between here and here, but that's only because we've added these hidden input type tags. Okay, the next thing to do now that we've done the input type tags is to go down, and we see that the name is input type equals text, name equals name, size equals 15. I'm going to highlight all of that from the beginning of the input type tag all the way to the end, but not including the end bracket. And then I'm going to hit Control or Command on a Mac C, go into my test file, click on this, and then I'm going to select all of it all the way up to class and hit Control V or Command on a Mac V. Now what this class text input does is change this white box, and it takes it away, and instead it just lets you write on top of the image, and the image in this case is that background here, which you can write on. So then just click off and you'll be able to write on that, and then we'll go back and I'll do the email. Same thing again, highlight all the way up to the end of the brackets, Go into test, and we're going to do input type all the way up to class and hit Control V. And then of course we have our all important input. Here we have our input and it says wow, what did I do there? That's impressive. I want to button that wide next time I make some more video or opt-in codes. Next time, guys, we'll have the button that wide. That looked pretty cool. So, input style equals width 80%, type equals submit value equals blah blah, name submit. I'm going to highlight all of that, and I'm going to go into test, and I'm going to check this. So, just click on the submit button, see what we have. Input type equals image, value. That's the only thing I really need to change. So, I'm going to go back into our code and click value. Go from type equals submit, value equals blah blah, name equals submit. I'll highlight that and I'll go into test and I'll edit the value, highlight the value code and hit that. So it says now it says type equals submit, submit value is blah blah, name equals submit, and yet again it will do that. What I need to do now is get this bit, inputs, and I'm gonna select that and write input there, and that should make everything nice. I'm just gonna preview it now. There we go. So I've just edited this, and as you can see, I can type text into here. I'm really sorry if you found out that this is your website and I've accidentally stolen your Aweber code and edited it for my video opt-in box. Well, you know, life moves on. So, if everything goes to plan, this should work. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. The code has worked, but it turns out that I've already subscribed to the... Well, there you go, guys. Turns out that the code does work, but also turns out that I've subscribed to one too many lists. So that's the end of this quick video tutorial. I'm off to unsubscribe from a few lists. So I'll see you another time. Look out for the second package, and of course, if you have any trouble editing them, just send me a PM or a private message, or you can send me an email as well. You'll find my email address on the Warrior Forum. Also, I offer editing of templates. If you've bought personal rights, then I can edit the templates for you, each one for $10. And if you've bought private label rights or PLR rights, I can edit all the templates for you at a cost of $20 each time you want a template edited. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.